This video is going to be a quick Tithe Farm guide for old school RuneScape. Tithe Farming is a farming-based minigame located in Hosidius. Once you've done the minigame at least once, or at least gone through the door, you're able to get here using your minigame teleport and selecting Tithe Farm. If you have not done the minigame yet, I recommend that you get here from either the AKR Fairy Ring or the Xerix Talisman and doing the Xerix Glade teleport option. Tithe farming is really easy and really basic. All you need is a spade, a seed dibber. I'd recommend bringing at least 8 watering cans that are full. You can fill them once you're in the minigame as well, so if they're not full, don't worry about it. If you have Dream Mentor done and have access to the Lunar Spellbook, you can bring runes for the Humidify spell, and that'll rehumidify all your watering cans, fill them up all at once instead of having to refill them throughout the minigame. You need at least 34 farming in order to do Tithe farming. I would recommend getting 74 before starting, but you can do it as low as 34 or 54. Each of these fruits give you more XP once you turn them in. So to get started, all you need to do is talk to this farmer right here to get yourself access to Tithe farming. Once you go through his little speech, you just need to go to the seed table and grab the highest level seed that you can grab. It doesn't change how the minigame works depending on which one you grab. They all work the same. So you want to grab your highest level seed, just grab a bunch of them. Now you have everything you need to go into Tithe Farm, and let's go through an example run of how to actually do the minigame. So now that you're in the minigame, you can fill up your watering cans here at this water barrel or the ones scattered throughout the minigame. And there's really 2 ways of playing the minigame. You can do 5 runs of 20 seeds or 4 runs of 25 seeds. If you're going to be pretty close to tick perfect, then you can do 25 seeds at a time. I wouldn't recommend it. I prefer the 20 seeds at a time method. It just allows for a little bit more room for error and it's more enjoyable for me, but we'll go through both methods, don't worry. So what you want to do is start here at this northern patch, take your seed, plant it, and then water it right away. If you don't use the watering can on it, you have to go through this animation, but if you plant the seed, do the watering can, it saves you like a tick or 2. And if you're going to be doing the 25 seed method, you have to do it this way or your seeds will die. Speeding up this clip as it's pretty repetitive to plant and water the seeds. All you need to do is plant your 20 seeds in this method, following the same path that I'm doing. It's really hard to get any of the seeds to die this way, which is why I prefer this method. It's a lot more chill and has more room for error. All right, once you get this 20th seed done, just run back down here to this one. You can see it's about halfway dead. If you let this orange bar go out, if you're using RuneLight, the plant will die and you have to replant it. Each plant grow stage lasts for 1 minute, which is what the circle's depicting. So you have 1 minute to get from one end of your run all the way to the other. You really have more. Because, you know, like right now I'm about to water this one. It's about 1.5 minutes, right? Because the circle is half done. That's why I prefer this method. A lot more wiggle room for, you know, you're changing out a video or you got some lag or something. Your plants aren't going to die. In the next method, you'll see it's a lot tighter of a time frame that you need to be staying on top of to get your plants watered. And in the last stage, which is what you're seeing here, they don't die. So you can just harvest them whenever you get to them. Right, now that we harvested our last one, we are not going to turn it in, but once you get to 100 fruit, you'll turn it into this sack right here. You don't want to do that now because if you actually look at the wiki, you need to get to the full 100 fruit turn in to get the max amount of points. If you're turning your fruit early, you're not going to be getting points. You'll be getting XP, and you can see pretty low amounts of XP. Once you get to this full 100 stack of fruit from the minigame, that's where you're going to start getting your points and the high XP rates. All right, and now that we're done with this run, we can refill up our watering cans by clicking them and doing that and clicking on this, or you can let it auto fill the watering cans. It's a lot slower if you do it that way, if you saw that. All right, just one more to harvest, and this will be 100 fruit harvested. Now that we have 100 fruit, we can turn it into this sack right here. You can either click on it and deposit it or use the fruit on it. And that'll get you 35 points. I'm up to 70 now.
Say you're at 40 fruit, for example, or you want to save up like 1,000 at one time. You can log out and your progress will be saved. You just can't leave the room. So you can't teleport out or go out of the door to the west right now.
All right, we're going to fill up our watering cans, and then we're going to do the 25 by 4 method, which is going to start up here. It's basically the exact same thing, except for you're going to add this individual patch, and then also add one more patch here. I like to start up here, though, for the 25 by 4 method. So let's go ahead. Again, you got to be pretty tick perfect. I mean, not super tick perfect, but
we're going to follow the same method that we were doing before, the back and forth using the watering can on the plant. You have to do that or your plants will die in this method. You can see we're about to get to right here. And instead of going back to the beginning, we are adding this 4th patch here to the mix. Now you can see, we got about half our life cycle left. Once we get back up to this one, you're going to be very tight on time. You'll see here in just a second. All right, you've already seen me do this a million times, so just speed this up really quick. All right, as you can see, the first plant that we did, it's basically dead, but it's not though. Like you could do this consistently every single time if you're pretty tick perfect here, but I would say you got about 3 to 4 seconds of wiggle room. I mean, I stopped a little bit to explain a couple things and stopped intentionally for a few ticks just to see what we would get to if you had to like skip a song, for example, if you're listening to Spotify. But it's pretty tight. I mean, once you start to get to here, you're not too worried about it. But those first few plants on the last round of watering, it can get you. And if you lose a plant during tithe farming, it kind of throws you off for your groups of 100 when you turn them into the sack. So now you're an expert in tithe farming. If this was a helpful video for you, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more old school RuneScape content. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.